Hi there. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to add placeholder text to JTextField and JPasswordField components in Java, using NetBeans. Placeholders are those helpful little hints you often see in text fields, like enter your name. Let's build that functionality step by step using Java Swing. Ready? Let's get started. First, let's open up NetBeans and create a new Java Swing project. Inside the form designer, I've added a JTextField and a JPasswordField from the palette. You can adjust their size and position as needed. Now, our goal is to display a light gray placeholder message in each of these fields, but only when they're empty and not focused. As soon as the user clicks in, the placeholder should disappear. When the field is left empty and loses focus again, the placeholder should come back. To do this, we'll use a focus listener on both components. Change the JTextField name to TextUser and JPasswordField name to TextPassword. Import Java Color class, Font class, JTextField and JPassword class to your project. To keep things clean and reusable, we're creating two separate methods, one for adding placeholder style, and another for removing it. Add placeholder style, and remove placeholder style. Take a JTextField as a parameter. Inside this method, we first get the current font of the text field using getFont method and store it in a variable. Then, we create a new font based on that original one, but with the italic style applied. This helps visually indicate that the text is just a placeholder. Next, we update the text field with a new italic font using setFont method. Finally, we change the text color to gray using setForeground method. This combination of gray color and italic font makes the placeholder stand out from real input. In this method, we're reversing the styling that was applied for the placeholder. First, we get the current font of the text field. Then, we use derived font to switch the font style back to plain and bold, making it look like standard input text. We apply the new font using setFont method, and finally, we change the text color to black with setForeground method. This ensures the user's input appears in a clear, readable style, distinct from the placeholder. Inside the constructor of our placeholder demo class, we're calling the add placeholder style method for both input fields. Let's take a closer look at how this code works. We're attaching a focus listener to the text field, which allows us to react when the field gains or loses focus. Inside the focusGained method, we first check if the text in the field is equal to the placeholder, which in this case is enter username. If it is, we clear the text using setText method, and set the text color to black so it's ready for the user to start typing. Then in the focusLoss method, we check if the field was left empty, in other words, the user didn't type anything. If it's empty, we restore the placeholder by setting the text back to enter username and change the text color to gray. This way, we simulate real placeholder behavior, even though Swing doesn't support it by default. Now let's apply the same logic to the password field. The tricky part is that JPasswordField masks the text by default. So we need to temporarily disable echo characters when showing the placeholder. We check if the password field currently contains the placeholder text password. If it does, we clear the field by setting its text to null, and then request focus so the user can start typing immediately. Next, we enable password masking by calling setEchoChar method and setting the mask character to an asterisk. Finally, we remove the placeholder style by calling removePlaceholderStyle, passing in the password field. This changes the font and color back to normal input style. This method is triggered when the user field loses focus. We check if the text field is empty by verifying if its length is 0. If it is empty, we reapply the placeholder styling by calling addPlaceholderStyle with the text user field. Then we set the placeholder text back to username using setText method. This helps guide the user when the input is left blank. This method runs when the password field loses focus. If the field is empty, we reapply the placeholder styling by calling addPlaceholderStyle and passing the text password field. Then we set the text to password so the user knows what to enter. Finally, we remove the password masking by setting the echo character to Unicode null using setEchoChar method, making the placeholder text visible again. Notice the use of setEchoChar value 0, this makes the password visible while showing the placeholder, and we restore the masking later. In this method, we're handling the form window gain focus event. This event is triggered when the main window gains focus, meaning when it becomes active or visible to the user. Inside the method, we call requestFocusInWindow. This line ensures that the form, or one of its components, will automatically receive keyboard focus when the window is opened or brought forward. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more Java tutorials.